Cheers, everybody. Oh, come on.
Wow.
That's delicious.
Wow.
That is delicious. I'm telling you right now.
Just melts on your mouth.
Crazy good.
Wow.
Super nice flavor.
Yeah.
That flavor on that brisket is crazy, everybody. Wow.
Whiskey and brisket, it's like music to many people's ears. However, if you do this wrong, it can be a complete disaster. Let me show you what I've learned cooking with alcohol. The first and most important thing is to burn off that alcohol as much as possible. You are looking for the flavor of the whiskey, not the alcohol. Meat and powerful alcohols do not mix well. However, the wonderful flavor does. So it is important to burn off that alcohol as much as possible. The one way you can do it is just bring everything to a simmer like this. But if you really want to speed up the process, you want to light it up. And since I'm doing this in an induction cooker, I have to use a torch. However, if you do, make sure that you have everything nice and clear. The last thing we want is for the kitchen to go on fire. As you can see, this method works like a charm. However, again, this is unnecessary. Just by simmering the alcohol, the vapors will automatically come off. But once the alcohol has mostly evaporated, it was ready. And this is what I was left with. Perfect whiskey with almost zero alcohol. I can guarantee you it's not gonna taste good. However, at the same time, you don't drink Worcestershire sauce by itself, do you? Exactly, and Worcestershire sauce on meat tastes wonderful. And my hopes is that this one will be the same. But now that we got the whiskey out of the way, the next thing to do is to get our brisket. And for that, I'm gonna be using this full packer. It is a 16-pound beast. And like every brisket I ever buy, it does not come fully trimmed for you. Whenever you're cooking brisket sous vide, it is important to trim most of the fat out that you do not want to eat. And that's because we're going to be cooking this at a lower temperature than a smoker. So a full trim is a must. As you know, a brisket consists of two muscles. We have the lean part and the fatty part. The lean is called the flat, and the fatty is called the point. Since the point have a lot of fat, I like to remove all of the external fat. The flat lean part, on the other hand, does not have a lot of fat. So that one, when possible, I like to leave a little bit of external fat. But once I was done with all of my trimming, this is what I was left with. A perfectly trimmed brisket for sous vide. All of that hard fat that comes underneath the point was completely removed. Now the next most important thing to do is to go ahead and get it seasoned. And for that, I kept it really simple. Just a good amount of salt and pepper was good enough. I also chose to use no binder because I want to taste this meat. My hopes is that the whiskey will give it a nice sudden flavor, nothing overpowering. And keeping the seasoning simple like this is definitely the way to go. Because once the seasoning was done, the only thing left to do was to go ahead and add it to the bag and make sure I added the full bottle of whiskey in there. Vacuum seal it, and it was now ready for sous vide. Talking about that, I chose to cook this one at 155 degrees Fahrenheit for 24 hours. It will make the brisket nice and tender, but at the same time not falling apart. As it was cooking, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. And this one is not only fun but also a very good combination with the brisket. Everything starts off with America's favorite potato chips. And we're talking about Ruffles sour cream and onions. There is only one big issue with this potato chips. It's not easy to eat just one. If you open the bag, you know you're gonna have quite a few. But this is gonna be made into a crispy element into our mashed potatoes. So I threw everything into the food processor and blended up. As you can see, once I was done, this is what I was left with. It will take your mashed potato to a whole new level. Talking about that, the next thing to do is to go ahead and make the mashed potatoes. So after boiling my potatoes, I threw in a little bit of butter, followed by cream cheese, a little splash of milk, a little bit of salt, and mashed everything together. Because that is how easy it is to make mashed potatoes. Now the only thing left to do was to put it together. So I started with the mashed potatoes first, followed by the sour cream and onions potato chips, and for coloring and flavor, a little bit of chives. That is how you can take a boring mashed potato to a whole new heights. And you saw how easy it is. And it will be perfect for our whiskey brisket. Talking about that, the only thing left to do was to wait it for it to be fully cooked.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know what to expect. I have done alcohol and steaks before, and sometimes it turns out good, sometimes it just turns out terrible. We're gonna find out if this is gonna be good. I am, however, looking forward to it. You have to remember, I cooked it at 150 degrees Fahrenheit for 24 hours. That means that this brisket should be nice and tender, just the way I like it. But with all that being said, it is ready, we are hungry, and it is time to take it out. Let's do it. the thing that I want you guys to understand. As soon as you open up the sous vide bag, you are able to tell if this experiment is going in a good direction or in a bad direction, because the smell is 90% of everything. I'm telling you right now. And so far, the smell is wonderful. If you do not cook the alcohol before and you just put it on the brisket, when you open up the bag, it smells horrible. This one, however, because I burned out most of the alcohol, remember you can't burn everything off, but most of the alcohol was evaporated, it smells phenomenal. Now the plan is, I need to put a little bit of smoke, everybody. Smoke on a brisket is almost like a requirement, okay? So I will be putting in my smoker for a total of 3 hours. When you smoke your brisket after sous vide, you will not get a very strong smoke ring, so I'm not expecting that. But if you know anything about smoking, smoke ring does not translate to flavor. What I'm looking for on this brisket is flavor, not so much the looks, especially when we put a whole bottle of whiskey in there, man. But with all that being said, I know what you're thinking. I know my brisket don't look that good right now, but watch this. All right, everybody, here we have our beautiful brisket today, Mama.
Smells good.
I don't know if you can tell, it's missing a little bit.
Just a little bit, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit, Mama.
I thought that it was just small, but
no, it's
you just confirmed it for me.
Yes, here's to my defense. My family were smelling it. It was like a call. You know when they call?
That I can't believe.
Yes, it was calling them. I have no choice. But me, at least, I have not tried it. They made some interesting faces, I'll tell you that. It's an experiment, by the way. Some of them made some really good faces, others not so much. Look at Mama, I'm already freaking Mama out. Okay, enough talking. So we got obviously the fatty part and the lean part, and then we got a crazy mashed potato here. As you can see.
That's what it is? That's mashed potatoes?
That is mashed potato.
All I see is crumbled truffles on top of it.
Exactly. To be specific, sour cream. I tell you what, I think it's going to be a nice combination because, you know, it's potatoes on top of potatoes, Mama. See if it's a good combination. You ready, Mama?
All right, let's do this.
All right, let's try this. All right. Cheers, everybody. That's nice.
Yeah, crunchy.
Something crunchy. It gives a nice flavor.
It's a nice, different little flavor.
What is your favorite part of the brisket, the fatty or the lean?
The fatty.
Let's go with the fatty then.
No, let's start with the lean.
Oh, why?
Save the best for last.
Okay, sounds good, Mama. Save the best for last. I actually like the lean part quite a bit. I will say one thing, everybody. There is not a huge amount of smoke ring on this brisket. No. You see how the smoke ring is very, very little?
There's a little bit there, but it's not
like crazy. If you smoke it before sous vide, you can do it for 1 hour and you're gonna have a humongous, you know, smoke ring. But if you smoke it after sous vide, then the smoke ring is quite small. Okay, right. Cheers, everybody.
Something's off.
In a good way or in a bad way, Mama?
No, in a good way. I was expecting the standard brisket.
No, definitely not.
It's definitely an experiment brisket.
Did you enjoy it or not?
Good. No, I like it.
I like it too.
I like it.
Now,
but I know this flavor, but I can't put my finger on it.
You cannot tell what it is because the flavor is extremely mild. It's nothing crazy, everybody. Even though I cooked it on the flavor, Mama.
Now I got a lot of it.
Now you got a lot of it. Yeah. In a good way, bad way, Mama. We want to know.
Not good. Now it's nice. I got very little flavor in the beginning. Now I think I got the crust.
Maybe you ate the center. I'm excited to find out how the fatty part is going to taste.
Why is my mouth tingling?
Oh, Mama, you're feeling some tinglish.
Yes.
It's nothing bad, all right?
No, I had this before, but I cannot remember what it is.
It's nothing bad. It's something fantastic, okay? I actually cooked it in whiskey. That's what I did. Okay, fatty part. Damn, Mama, don't play, everybody.
I'm looking forward to this.
This boy hungry. All right, enough. Fatty part. Cheers, everybody. Oh, come on.
Wow.
That's delicious.
Wow.
That is delicious. I'm telling you right now.
It just melts on your mouth.
Crazy good.
Wow.
Super nice flavor.
Yeah.
That flavor on that brisket is crazy, everybody. Wow. You feel a little bit of the whiskey, but nothing crazy. If you enjoy drinking whiskey, you will enjoy eating this. I'm telling you right now.
The flavor of the whiskey is not as strong as in the flat, but it's like deeper inside of the meat.
Yeah.
And it's more mixed in with the actual meat flavor.
Yes, I don't know what happened. I think the fat has something to do with it. I'm telling you right now, the lean part is a little bit stronger, I think. But the fatty part, you know, like you're saying, the point is much, much more mild. And I think the fat absorbed it a little bit. Something happened. It is a phenomenal taste, everybody. Wow. Absolutely phenomenal.
I'm coming back for more.
Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do enjoy it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything's always under the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.